ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਦੇ ਮੇਅਰ ਜੌਨ ਟੋਰੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਬਲੈਕ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਮੰਥ ਦੀਆਂ ਸਭ ਨੂੰ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਗਈਆਂ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਐਂਟੀ ਬਲੈਕ ਰੇਜ਼ਿਜ਼ਮ ਵਿਰੁੱਧ ਸਿਟੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਕਦਮਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਿਆ। ਮੇਅਰ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਐਂਟੀ ਬਲੈਕ ਰੇਜ਼ਿਜ਼ਮ ਵਿਰੁੱਧ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਹੋਏ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀਪੂਰਨ ਪ੍ਰਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਇਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਟਰਨਿੰਗ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਸੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਸਮੇਂ ਵਰਚੁਅਲ ਢੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਇਹ ਮਹੀਨਾ ਮਨਾਇਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ। ਜੌਨ ਟੋਰੀ ਮੁਤਾबिक ਸਿਟੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਕੰਟੈਂਟ ਮੁਹੱਈਆ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਅਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਯੂਨਿਟ ਵੀ ਸਥਾਪਿਤ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਜਿਸ ਨੇ ਸ਼ਲਾਘਾਯੋਗ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈ।
Black History Month in Toronto. This is an important month for many of our residents. In fact, it's an important month for all Toronto residents as we continue to address some very serious issues in our city. In the immediate short term, we continue to manage the pandemic and in particular to address issues of equity and the extraordinary impact that COVID-19 has had on a number of communities within our city, including the Black community. In that regard, we will be bringing forward later this week a series of initiatives meant specifically to provide supports to the Black community in Toronto so as to help the members of that community to fight off the virus, its effects on them, and to try to address some of the root causes for the extraordinary impact on them, as well as addressing the issue of the vaccine soon to be made available to them. The Black History Month itself is a month spent celebrating and recognizing the many achievements of Black Torontonians and Canadians. The Black communities in our city have played a big role in building up the city and have created big moments in our city's history. We need to do a better job of acknowledging that and making sure people understand and know that. This month presents us with a learning opportunity, an opportunity to be better allies and demand for better. This past year has been a turning point in the fight against anti-Black racism. We have seen peaceful protests and people coming together to take a stand against racism in all of its forms. The fight against anti-Black racism is vital, now more than ever, as we continue to battle the ongoing pandemic, which has brought into even starker relief social inequities and social economic inequities within our city. These are impacting our Black residents disproportionately. This is unacceptable, and we need to do better. And we are working hard to address it. While this month is a time for us to celebrate, it's also a reminder of the work that we must do to eliminate anti-Black racism in our city and the hard work that lies ahead in continuing to create an equitable and inclusive city. Doing that requires the will and the determination that I can assure you that I have as mayor, shared with my council colleagues, and an unprecedented public consensus among the residents of our city. Beyond the will and the determination, we do have to better inform ourselves about the centuries-long Black history in Toronto. The good, which has consisted of pioneering and of achievement, and the bad, the racism, the inequities, and the opportunities denied. We need to have a greater awareness of all of it if we are to really move forward as a city. As with many other annual events and days of recognition over the past year, the city's had to find ways to celebrate Black History Month virtually. The city has created some great online content that can be viewed at any time by anyone. This year, to commemorate Black History Month, the city's Confronting Anti-Black Racism unit will use their Twitter account to highlight the great work being done by some community-based agencies and groups that the city has partnered with to support the Black communities in need throughout this pandemic. The work of these community-based agencies and groups and others has been critical in helping the city to support some of its most vulnerable residents.